Hey everyone, welcome back to Reading with Tatiana. Today I'm doing my April wrap-ups for 2023. As I mentioned in a previous video, I had a bit of reading slump, so unfortunately I only finished 3 books this month. I had two 2-star reads and one 4-star read. As always, before you watch my video, if you're watching this, I'll always appreciate it if you can hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below if you have read any of these books, or maybe give me some guaranteed 5-star suggestions so I can pick up my reading slump again. The first book I read this month is called Thanks, How the New Science of Gratitude Can Make You Happier by Robert A. Emmons. I gave this a 2 out of 5, which is really unfortunate because I personally love the idea of gratitude is my attitude. And I think this book for me was a bust just because it's something that I fully believe in practice, that when I read it, it just kind of felt repetitive and it wasn't something that really resonate with me because I already am drinking the Kool-Aid. So this book is great because I think if you're someone that maybe hasn't drank the Kool-Aid in the power of gratitude, this book is very not evidence, but in a way evidence-based of reasons why gratitude works, why faking it till you make it can give you gratitude, and it just has a lot of examples of how gratitude has worked for other people in the past and in modern day times. For me, I gave it a low rating because it was kind of a boring read, and also it's just something, it just wasn't the right time for me to read it, so I just gave it a bad review. But this book can be helpful if it's something that you want to seek, and it can be kind of treated as kind of a self-help book for the practicing the power of gratitude. The second book I read for the month of April was Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I also gave this a 2 out of 5. This is for my work book club, and this book was just a bust for me. I did go in not knowing the genre of the book, that it was horror, so maybe if I knew that going in, maybe I would have enjoyed it a bit more. But when it became horror, I was like, what am I reading? But the twist I saw a mile away. I think because recently I saw the TV show The Last of Us, so when the reveal came about, it just wasn't very shocking to me. So this book basically, it's set during the time period of 1950s rural Mexico. Noemi, she gets a letter from her cousin who had married to a British settler family in the rural countryside, and her cousin basically writes this very cryptic letter. And then so Noemi's father is like, oh, you should go visit your cousin, see how married life is treating her in the rural countryside. So Noemi goes to the countryside, and she goes to the high place where this British family lives. It used to be a silver mine, now it's kind of like abandoned. So basically she meets her cousin, and basically her cousin seems kind of a bit wonky, a bit checked out. And this place, the high place, there's the help, and everyone is kind of a bit weird. There's very strict rules, no talking. It's very damp there. People don't having a lot of lights and candles being used, and it's just very suspicious of what's going on in the high place. So that's the premise of the book, but it was just a miss for me. The last book I read was for also a in-person book club in the city of Calgary that I live in. It's Other People's Clothes by Henko. I gave this a 4 out of 5. So we basically meet Zoe and Haley, who are exchange students, American exchange students in Berlin. They're art students, and basically they want to live the fast-paced life of art, party, sex, and drugs, and they just have an amazing time. They sublet this room from a writer called Beatrice, who's off to Vienna, Austria, to write her book. So they basically have free reign of this apartment, and they start hosting parties, but they kind of start suspecting that Beatrice is spying on them and possibly writing up her next book on their lives of being these two American students in Berlin. And basically this is a thriller, and it's just very juicy. It is a slow burn though, but if you see it through, I personally believe the last 150 pages are worth it, because I almost didn't finish this book at the first bit, but I powered through and it was worth it. I recommend this book if you have been to Berlin, if you have party lifestyle in your 20s, because this book had a lot of parallels with my youth. And even though the two characters are a bit pretentious and narcissistic, you kind of give them some grace because they are in their early 20s, where they are the main character. Thanks for watching till the end of my very short wrap up for April. If you've read any of these books, I'd love to hear what you thought down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!